Oh, it's time. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is available for everyone to enjoy tomorrow, and for the past couple of days I have had the pleasure of playing through it. So in today's video I'm going to be showing my thoughts and opinions so far on the game. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. If you want to support the channel, please hit that like button, and if you want to stick around for some more Dragon Quest content, you're already in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button. Now a huge shout out goes to Square Enix for providing me with the code for Dragon Quest VII, though this is not going to affect or influence any of my opinions in this video. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. So you're probably asking, Jen, you said thoughts so far, have you not rolled credits yet? No, I haven't, don't worry. This is going to be a part one of 2 videos. The second video is when we're going to grab that platinum trophy and reflect on what 100% playthrough felt like. But today, I'm just sharing my initial impressions with the game. I've put in around 25 hours so far, and because I know that the Digital Deluxe Edition allows you to have 48 hours early access, I know a few of you out there have already played it as well, so please listen to my thoughts and share your thoughts down below. So let's get in to Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. As always, I'm going to start off with the story. Of course, there's not going to be any spoilers, and my thoughts on the story. Remember, this is a remake of a game that already has a remake and was released back on the PlayStation 1, and this is all about it being condensed and more accessible and flowing a lot better. From my experience of playing it so far, I feel that flow. It feels a lot more natural. I really like the episodic nature of Dragon Quest VII. So essentially what you are doing is you are gathering pieces, fragments of the world and building that world up. You visit the past, you solve the problem, and then they become part of the world in the present. And the way this is laid out is much like a Saturday morning cartoon. The comparison I'm going to give here is quite unique, but it takes me back to when I used to watch Power Rangers every single Saturday. So there was always a big bad every week. Who is the big bad? How are the Power Rangers going to tackle it? Throughout the season, you had nuggets of the big bad of like Rita and Lord Zed, and you get those nuggets. Dragon Quest VII essentially works a lot the same, and I really dig that. That is a pacing of game that I enjoy, and I really like it here. So you'll visit a fragment, a part of the world in the past. You'll be presented with a story. You'll need to solve the problem or help out in that, and then they become part of the world in the present, and you can go back, see how things have changed, talking to the NPCs and getting little bits of information of like the ancestors of which you've met yourself, and sometimes you'll get rumors of you actually being part of that story as well, and it just ties it all nicely together. It's something that might not be for everyone, but for me it is ideal. It's a great way of just playing this game in bursts. So Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is really hitting it strong with the story for me, and for newcomers I think this is going to be great. If you like that kind of episodic nature, it just simply gets a thumbs up from me. Next up, we're going to talk about the gameplay, and we're going to weave in quality of life as well when we talk about it. So let's start off with exploration. Now, exploration in Dragon Quest is your typical Dragon Quest exploration. Pots, barrels, treasure chests. You get the keys as you progress the story to be able to unlock more things so you can backtrack. There's mini medals to find, there's optional fragments to find as well. There's an arena for you to invest a little bit of time in. As previously mentioned during the story segment, you have many NPCs to talk to. Heck, I really love looking at the bookcases and reading the novels of these overarching stories and these sets of books. So there was one about a guy called Cuthbert or something like that, and I'm listening to his story, and I literally, the last book I read was like, this is the last entry, and I'm like, no, I've been enjoying this story. So the world and the exploration is really rewarding. Now with this version of Dragon Quest VII, there is a lot of quality of life to make this a lot more easier. For example, you get zoom straight off the bat, which kind of eliminates the use of chimera wings. You also have objective markers, and you have the mini map. As you can see in the footage, I've set this to be just switched off completely, as that way it incentivizes me to explore just that little bit more. Unfortunately, you can't turn the actual objective marker off above an NPC's head to talk to. So if you really wanted that old school Dragon Quest experience, if you are well versed in the series, then unfortunately there is not an option to completely get that immersion. I really hope that they just add one more toggle in to turn all of the markers off completely, not just on the maps, but for the options that they've got presented. It's great for newcomers, and it's not really anything that I've had much of a problem with. Of course, with exploration, Dragon Quest is infamous for its mini medals, and I think this is probably the best way that they've presented mini medals in Dragon Quest. Yes, it completely takes away the nature of trying to find every single one naturally, but let's be honest guys, I bet a lot of you have used guides in the past to find those mini medals. So essentially in Dragon Quest VII, what you've got here is you have your mini medal book, and every time you enter a location, if there is a mini medal in the vicinity, it will tell you that, hey, in Pilchard Bay during the present, there is a mini medal here, and then you will take that and have a look around. It doesn't directly tell you where the mini medal is, so you're still getting that sense of exploration, but you don't feel like you're going to be aimlessly just wandering everywhere trying to find these. And each time you get the bandit's key and the thief's key, that list will then update. If there was somewhere in a previous town like Estard where you couldn't get before, it will upload that list and say, hey, there is a mini medal that you can now get in Estard, so you might want to go back. I really like that, so it gets me to backtrack as and when I need to. Building up the world map is a very unique mechanic here for Dragon Quest VII. I really like it. I like the fact that we have two versions of the same place, and the world map part of it as well is a little bit different because time has passed since you've visited it in the past. It allows you to retread some ground. Some things have changed, some things haven't. And that, for me, just makes exploration such a treat in Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. From exploration, let's speak on combat. Now, combat is following kind of the same rules when it comes to exploration, when it comes to its quality of life. Now, before we go into the actual combat details, let's talk about difficulty for just a second. Difficulty is the most customizable it has ever been. If you want everything to be difficult, you do less damage and enemies do more damage, but you still want to keep that EXP count naturally as you would if you were playing normally. You can do that. If you want to really put the pressure on yourself, you can have the vocation points and the experience points to be a lot less as well, but there is a lot of options for you to dabble in. I just wish there was a couple more options when it comes to combat. In particular, there is a weakness system here in Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and you are told through the UI in combat if a spell won't work, if it's not very effective, or if it's going to be super effective. It would be nice to have this be able to be switched off. Again, great for newcomers to the series to really get invested in the systems, but for those that are well versed in Dragon Quest, they're probably going to not want those options. I've bumped up the difficulty personally because I felt like the normal was a little bit too easy for me. There's enemies that are a little bit stronger on the world map that I've not really had much of a problem with yet. And when it comes to just general grinding and playing through the game, I've not encountered too many issues. I've unlocked vocations, so I've finally had the chance to dabble into a couple of vocations and learn a few more skills. And it works out just like you'd expect from Dragon Quest. You really need to think a little bit more. You really want to concentrate on your attack stat and your defense stat within battle. You want to be using things like oomph and sap. And I really like the fact that Dragon Quest combat always gets me to think that little bit deeper than just spamming attack or using certain spells. Not to say that I haven't been doing that when I have been grinding that experience, but when it comes to those boss battles, you take a little bit more of a deeper look into the strategy. I've not quite got to moonlighting just yet, but I did have the opportunity to preview this game back last year where moonlighting was unlocked, and from that experience and just what I've dabbled into with the vocations, it seems like, again, it's a nice quality of life for you to learn more things faster and really experiment with your party. Now, I've woven in my thoughts on the quality of life as we've tackled certain sections in this video. I really think that this is probably the easiest Dragon Quest for people to get into. The quality of life and the condensing of the pacing of the original, combined with difficulty options and everything in between. This is a great Dragon Quest for newcomers. I really do think it is. There's definitely enough difficulty options to have a more difficult experience like I have have chosen to do, but I do wish there were a couple more toggles in the way of getting rid of objective markers and weakness markers, just to immerse yourself in that JRPG grind just that little bit more. As for streamlining the experience and cutting content here or there, I've just really enjoyed the experience. I've not felt like, oh, there should have been something here, oh, this should have been a little bit longer. Everything's felt quite natural and at a pace where I would like it to be. Those that have played the original Dragon Quest VII or the one on the 3DS might disagree. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Apart from that, it is a ball of a time and I'm absolutely loving it. Heck, I want to go back and play it right now so I can get that platinum trophy and I can get that 100% video out to you guys. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. A quick shout out to the music. It's reorchestrated. Honestly, I'm loving the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined soundtrack. I feel there's a lot more emotion in this soundtrack than I felt from other games. That's just me, but it has been an absolute great time so far. For those that have been playing through the digital deluxe edition, what are your thoughts so far? Are you agreeing with what I've had to say? Are you disagreeing? Are you aiming to 100% this game? Let me know. And for those that might be sitting on the fence on whether they should be getting Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, I think you should. I think this is a great JRPG experience here with everything from its immersive story to its combat with features that you can really dive into, and then topping that off with a great soundtrack. But yeah, I've really been digging Dragon Quest VII Reimagined and you'll be hearing more from me soon. So I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Dragon Quest content, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.